नमस्कार मंडळी, माय मराठी यूकेच्या माय टॉक सीझन 3च्या एपिसोड 5 मध्ये तुमचे सर्वांचे हार्दिक स्वागत. Today's episode is brought to you by Pepper Spice at Harrow on Hill, powered by Kensington Spices, whose co-founders are Vaibhav Khandge and Nilesh Patole, and it's also been powered by VR Mortgage Solutions Limited UK. This episode is also co-powered by Mumbai Maska restaurant Chingford and Western Rhine, Rivington Solicitors London. It's supported by success coach Nilesh, UK's leading career, business and leadership coach. Today's guest with us is Akshay Shah. Namaste Akshay.
Namaste Dr. Ingle.
So Akshay Shah is from Ace Accounts and Tax Limited, Chartered Certified Accountants, Milton Keynes. So Akshay bhai, welcome to My Talk Season 3.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ingle, for inviting me to your talk. I'm very much privileged to be here. Thank you.
So it's my privilege and honor to talk to you because it's been so long that we were planning and suddenly we couldn't go through last season. So we thought here's is the time, and here we are in Milton Keynes talking to you now.
Thank you.
So Akshay bhai, My Talk Season is about every journey is a story.
Yes.
So we would like to share with our viewers about your journey from Mumbai, Maharashtra, India and to UK, and hereafter what is your progress path and your future plans.
Sure.
So if you can take towards your journey from Mumbai, please.
Definitely, Dr. Ingle. Dr. Ingle, I am actually, you're right, actually Mumbaikar, total a Mumbai boy actually. Never thought that I would land up in the United Kingdom, but here I am 30 years down the lane. I lived in Mumbai in a place called Santa Cruz and did my education in Mumbai and cleared my BCom through Mitibai College, some of them also known as NM College at the Maay side. And then obviously we had this opportunity through my father, because he was a British overseas citizen, we had this opportunity to come to the United Kingdom. And honestly, I hated this place when I came over here. Being a Mumbaikar, you always want to be in Mumbai. And here I was trying to find a job for myself, and then obviously being from Mumbai, not having the English accent was very difficult for me to find a job in this country, and due to which I had to do a lot of odd jobs working in a news agent.
Okay, so when did you come first time in UK then?
I came in the UK in the year 1993.
93, okay, and how did you start at that time?
Well, at the time, obviously, since I didn't have a job, so obviously I was on the social security benefits and all that kind of stuff. And then I had to go and make a living, so I had to go and take a job up, basically. And then obviously not getting any job, had to start with the news agent. And starting along with the news agent, then obviously progressing into different kind of ad hoc jobs. Before I was actually employed by one of the individuals in East London, where I actually started my journey from.
Okay.
And he said that, why don't you come and help me in accounts?
Okay.
And since I'd done BCom back in Mumbai, I started working as an assistant accountant.
Okay.
And then I felt that there is a bit of a career over here and I can definitely break the glass ceiling. And then my boss said to me, why don't you go and try your luck in the City of London? And then I went in the City of London and I actually got a job over there.
Which was that first job?
My first job was with a company called Coatsweiler Limited. Now Coatsweiler Limited was into manufacturing of garments.
Oh, okay.
It was a Jewish company. Okay. And a very different company and a very different culture back in those days in the city. And then I met with a friend and we decided to do our chartered accountancy education over there.
Okay.
And then obviously started studying over there, and then obviously moved my career to different companies, and obviously went through the ranks of becoming a finance manager, finance director, chief finance officer of a number of companies, small and large. My last job before I actually went into my own accountancy practice was working with a big IT firm back in London in Aldgate.
So any trigger factor which made you feel that, okay, this is the time now, I should start my own consultancy?
Oh yes, definitely. I was actually living in London, and obviously I wanted to move to Milton Keynes because I came to Milton Keynes, saw the wonderful landscape of Milton Keynes and the education system. And I thought for my daughters it was a good time to move to Milton Keynes. However, I kept on traveling to London every day. And I thought, this is not done. I need to do something. And at that time, I always had this urge to actually help small businesses, help them grow, understand the finances and all that kind of stuff. And then I actually thought, let me venture out in my own practice, starting in Milton Keynes.
Okay, good. So Ace Tax Accounts Consultancy was started in
We started in 2004.
2004. Okay.
Yes. Well, although started in 2004, we established ourselves more or less around in 2008 or 9. Because obviously I was trying to meet grounds between being employed and starting my own practice at that point in time.
So must have been a little bit tougher to start with.
It
How was
it was a roller coaster, journey. And I would actually also give a compliment to one of my first client. And everybody in the Marathi Mandal knows him. His name is Jay Tahsildar.
Yes, Jai Tahsildar. Yeah,
everybody
we
knows
all know
that.
him. We'll come to that point later on with OMPEG thing in mind.
So he was my first client.
Oh, that was good. I think it's a boost to have a client like him.
Yes. And we both started the journey together.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, that was my starting point in Milton Keynes.
Okay, so from that small start, then you went towards company taxation, taxation for the companies and individuals, both groups together, or like targeting some specific thing?
No. We actually started with limited companies because I hailed from the commercial world, and I knew in relation to how the commercial world operates as far as the taxation is concerned, submitting the accounts is concerned, and what challenges small businesses go through. At that point in time, yes, I started with a limited company, assisting the directors in relation to how to run their company, and also do the accounting and taxation going with that.
That's good. So you have got a good amount of companies with you now?
Yes, well, we can definitely boast of having over 200 companies.
Oh, that's good.
And obviously, and managing over 400 individuals for tax returns.
Fantastic.
So we're supported by the team of almost 8 back here in the UK and also in India.
Okay, so you have got offices both places. Good.
Yes.
And apart from this, during this journey, I'm sure you must have received a lot of awards during this. So can you explain or mention about some of them?
Well, from the award point of view, I've worked with the Milton Keynes Council in a common purpose, and the biggest award I got from was the Milton Keynes Council Common Purpose Award, helping the normal community of Milton Keynes excel in relation to how people go around in Milton Keynes and stuff like that. Apart from that, I've got a couple of small awards from OMPEG, which is our overseas Maharashtrian entrepreneurial group.
Okay.
So they've actually awarded me last year with the Eagle's Nest Award. And apart from that, yes, I've got my Chartered Accountancy Awards.
Absolutely, good. So that's good. Congratulations for that. And on this note, we would like to just mention about the OMPEG, that is Overseas Maharashtrian Professional and Entrepreneurs Group. That's a group of professionals and entrepreneurs in UK. And Jai Tahsildar, as you mentioned, is one of the founder member of that. And I would like to tell the audience that that's the place where I met Akshay Bhai first time. And since then, we have just struck a chord, and we are friends now. Along with other activities of OMPEG, we meet together as well.
Correct.
Okay, so very well done, Akshay Bhai. So all the best for future. What's your future plan at present?
Well, to be honest, Dr. Ingle, the future plan is obviously to grow the practice as much as we can and help as much as businesses as we possibly can. At the moment, what is happening between the UK environment is obviously the taxations are going up rapidly, and people are very much confused in relation to what is happening with the corporation tax and personal tax and how they can actually save their money. Okay. And our whole intention basically is to actually help people in relation to do kind of some sort of planning with them as far as tax planning is concerned or wealth planning is concerned, telling them where they are now and where they want to be, and actually assist them in relation to how they can maximize their earnings and minimize their taxation.
Okay, so that's a good start, and I think I would like to share with our viewers that Akshay Shah, he is going to start some webinars and other activities, and he is ready to help small and medium businesses for taxation and consultation. And apart from that, in any sort of help, you can definitely contact Ace Accounts and tax consultancy, and he's always helpful. So definitely he'll be with you all. So you can contact directly also, and he will be there to help you.
Thank you, Dr. Ingle. In fact, yes, we plan to start our tax planning webinars on a month-to-month basis, helping not only Mumbai but general public in relation to how we can actually assist people and showing them where actually they can save their taxes. We also actually provide newsletters, Dr. Ingle, to all our clients.
Oh, that's nice.
So every month you receive 2 newsletters. One is in relation to tax and the other is in relation to properties. So if you want to buy to let properties or anything like that, we actually share a lot of information to you, and also give you some tips in actually how you can actually save tax on that area.
That's fantastic. Akshay, just wanted to tell you something that we have done so many episodes of My Talk, but this episode onwards, we are going to start a new section, that is the questions from the audience.
Of course.
So we'll take the questions now.
Sure.
Okay, so here we go for the questions from the audience section, and I would like to tell the viewers that this is the new section we are starting from this episode onwards. And on this occasion, I would like to thank the sponsors like Pepper Spice at Harrow on Hill, powered by Kensington Spices, VR Mortgage Solutions Limited UK, and our co-sponsors Mumbai Maska Restaurant Chingford and Western Ryan Rivington Solicitors London. So Akshay bhai, here we go with the questions for you from the audience now.
Sure.
At this occasion, first question I would like to tell you about the self-assessment. So I would like to ask you about the self-assessment.
Mm-hmm.
So personally or through the professionals, so what you would suggest?
Well, we actually as Ace Accountant Tax usually advise our client to file their self-assessment personally if they can. You do have HMRC website and you have your own login system where you can actually file your own personal tax returns. The problem with the HMRC site is that it's so complicated and you never know whether you are actually putting the right figures in or not, and whether it's going to generate the kind of taxation that you are looking at. Okay. Now, by hiring a professional like us, what actually happens is that we actually go through all your income and expenditure and try and mitigate what kind of tax you've actually suffered earlier on, and come up with different options in relation to how we can actually save you tax and what other expenses you can further claim in your tax returns. Right. In that way, you are completely sure what sort of tax you are paying and how you are paying, and what are the ways you can actually pay your tax. If your taxes are quite high, whether you can actually mitigate those tax in 12 months time, and how you can actually play around. So I would say, if it is challenging for you to do your own tax returns personally, then definitely go for a professional.
Okay, yeah, I would say that let the professional do their job and we do what we can do the best, like that. Okay.
Thank you.
Akshay bhai, one more thing. We have got one video caller, Ravi Gadgil from the OMPEG.
Of course.
And we would like to ask question on his behalf. So I will share this video.
Sure.
So that if you can answer this question, please.
Definitely.
Thanks, Dr. Ingle, for giving me this opportunity to ask the question to Akshay Shah. Hi, Akshay. My question is around the tax implication for individual contractors. Say, for example, if a contractor he starts a contract on 1st of January, he has a company operating from 1st of January. He finishes the contract on 1st of June, but he keeps his company continue running after 1st of June. But he is not in contract after 1st of June. So can he draw a normal salary and have some expenses in the company after 1st of June? So just to remind that he is not in contract after 1st of June. So he is effectively jobless. So, but his company has some funds lying. So can he draw salary after 1st of June and spend some money on expenses like traveling, food, etc., and show that as expenses? So that's my question to Akshay. Thanks.
Oh, hello Ravi. Hi, this is Akshay. Thank you for your video call and your question. in relation to the company that was started on 1st of January and obviously came to an end on 1st of June, obviously there was a trading going on, and obviously you made some income, or you did some sort of turnover in that company, and obviously you took salary from the company from 1st of January to the 1st of June. Going forward, yes, definitely, if you do have any retained earnings, you can still keep on taking salary, although you are, I would say, out of contract, or you don't even have any other employment. However, I would have said that if you did take any other employment, I would say do not take any salary from your limited company. But since you do not have any employment, yes, you can take salary from your limited company. As far as the expenses are concerned, yes, you can still continue paying those expenses which are fixed expenses, i.e. you probably might have internet cost, you might have mobile phone charges, you might have some sort of insurance going on. However, you claiming any sort of subsistence or traveling would not be kind of allowable, because obviously you do not have any sort of job, you do not have anywhere to go. So claiming those kind of expenses might sound a bit ambiguous with the HMRC. But however, answering to your question, yes, you can take salary if you got any retained earnings. In fact, you can also take dividends should you want to do that. So I hope that answers your question.
Thanks, Akshay. Thanks for answering Ravi's question. Thanks, Ravi, for the questions. And another question from audience is about the tax benefits for professionals and company account. There's the difference between how the professionals are paying their taxes, and if they make a company of their own and then they pay the taxes, what is the difference?
Yes, Dr. Ingle, I tend to get these kind of questions quite often in relation to the professionals who basically could actually start their own limited company, especially doctors who are actually employed by the NHS and would actually want to do their locum work via a limited company. It doesn't only involve doctors, but also dentists and a lot of other professional people who are actually in this kind of area of work. I would definitely say, because as a professional, if you got a kind of a fixed salaried income, I would say keep that. But if you got any additional income coming through from any other sources, and then definitely route it through a limited company. And the main reason being is that if you do not do that, then all that income that you earn will be subject to 40% tax.
Yes.
And then obviously you will not only be subject to 12% what you call national insurance, but you will also have to pay additional 2% national insurance on top. So you can imagine the kind of tax hit you will get. Starting a limited company and flowing the money through the limited company, obviously you do not need to take the money out if you do not require it, because obviously your salary takes care of all that.
Okay.
Right? So you are only paying the 19% corporation tax. However, I should say that if you're going above 50,000, then the rate is around 26.5% marginal rate. However, we can advise you in relation to how to reduce that and bring that down to 50,000. But definitely answering your question, Dr. Ingle, is that yes, limited company would be an ideal way at the moment.
So totally depends on how much your earnings and how much is
Correct.
your taxation at that moment on
Correct.
your regular salary.
Yes.
And whatever is for the additional salary.
Sure. I would suggest that talk to me, talk to any other professional that you
Yes,
have.
that's correct. Yeah.
And I'll be more than happy to actually guide you and advise you in relation to what step to take.
Okay. Thank you, Akshay. Thank you. So that was a good one. Thanks. And the next question was about the mortgage and home insurance. So the question was that if you pay mortgage and the home insurance, so can it be included in our expenses when we pay the tax?
Well, mortgage and home insurance are something which are personal. However, if you are a self-employed individual working from home, yes, you can claim as a use of home expenses, which includes your mortgage and your home insurance and stuff like that. So let's say, for example, you're working from home, you've got a room where you're actually doing all your work from. You can claim the utilities, the mortgage insurance, the mortgage interest only payment, I should say that, not the capital payment, and other utilities. We tend to take around 15 to 20% of that element and not the whole element, because obviously you're not totally, it's not your commercial property, and that's the reason.
Okay. Thanks, Akshay. So here we come for the last question for you.
Sure.
And this is about the travel tickets and expenses. If somebody is working in UK and if they are traveling overseas and they would like to put that expenses into the taxation bills. So about traveling expenses, how do you manage that?
Now there's a quirk over here actually, guys. If you're traveling for holiday and for pleasure and you're trying to claim your expenses through your company, I'm sorry, you cannot claim that. HMRC is going to what you call beat you up on your knuckles and say,
Look
sorry, you
into
can't
it.
do that because. But there's a bit of a quirk over there. Let's say, for example, you are a doctor like Dr. Ingle, and you want to go for a conference to Mumbai, and you've been invited by, let's say, JJ Hospital or KEM Hospital, and they say, Dr. Ingle, why don't you come and give us a speech over here? And since you live in Mumbai, Dr. Ingle, but you can actually take it as a kind of a business trip,
Okay.
right? And if you take it as a business trip, you can probably claim as an expense.
Okay. So only when you are going as a professional for the conference or lecture or something like that, then only. Yes.
Correct. So Dr. Ingle, I should just say that HMRC is very particular in relation to the expenses claimed. It has to be wholly and exclusively for business purposes.
Correct.
And if you can prove that it is wholly and exclusively for business, then definitely you can claim it.
Okay. You have to know what you are doing. That's important. Okay.
The word is wholly and exclusively.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for clarifying that in such a nice and simple way, Akshay.
Thank you.
And
one thing I would say, Dr. Ingle, you did talk to me in relation to pensions.
oh yes. So there's a pension. Good point. Okay. Sorry, I forgot.
Well, like you, Dr. Ingle, I believe you get a lot of NHS pension, and obviously, and all doctors tend to get a lot of NHS pension, and obviously you tend to pay a lot in your NHS pension. Sometimes you got to be very careful in relation to if you're a high net worth individual, if you're earning more than £260,000. Up to £260,000, you can actually pay around £60,000 in pension, but anything above that, there is a kind of a restriction to your annual allowances. Be careful, guys, in all of this, and if you do have any questions, please do call me up and ask me.
Yes, and as you have said about this one, I would like to share with you that we recently from the NHS UK, we have received one letter in which one says that 1st April 2023, if you want to take a lump sum amount of your pension, so you will have to resign and then only you can take that much. But the another sentence into that is, if 1st October 2023 onwards, if you want to take a lump sum amount from that pension pot, you don't have to resign. You can continue with your job, still you can take. Right. So there's a new thing coming up. So I think even if you want to take a lump sum, is it 25% or something?
Yes, but there is a catch over here also, Dr. Ingle, in relation to the 25%, that thing the HMRC has actually put. At the moment, if you see the budget which has come out, HMRC has said that there is no limit on the amount of pension that you can actually put now. You can go to $1 million, $2 million, $3 million of your total pension cost plan. But however, what they've done is they've retracted back to the 22-23 pension regime, whereby you could only put 1.78 million, right? You are only allowed to withdraw 25% of that 1.78 million. 1,078,000 pounds. Sorry, my mistake. So that you can only remove 25% of that, which is 268,000 pounds, tax free.
So it will be on any amount, any of the salary, not the exact number, but X number of salary, X amount of salary on that 25%.
Yeah. So if let's say, for example, if your pension plan is £500,000,
okay,
right, you can remove £125,000 without any tax.
So it depends on that.
It depends on
so good. So I think that was so simple and nice. Thank you so much, Akshay. And this comes to our conclusion of this talk show. And thank you so much, Akshay, for coming and having a talk with us on My Talk. And as a memento, we would like to give this to you as just a memento from our side.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ingle. Thank you so much for having me and making me taking my interview over here and allowing me to speak to the audience.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Ace Tax and Accounts Consultancy as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.